Okay, so we're back and it's time to start reassembling. I let things dry overnight and I rinsed the torso plastic off after cleaning it with the ammonia. So washers, the smaller washer goes there, and then the larger washer there. The regulator goes in there, and you should see there's a little it sticks out a little bit, and that bit should go into the hole there, and then whoop, well, I can't get it, but it spins. And we're not going to need the arm with the needle yet, or this little plastic. I think this little plastic doohickey here that sits up in there is to do with changing the phrase, because the hole is not set centrally. I don't know if you can sort of see that it's sort of thinner here and thicker there, the plastic. But anyway, that goes over there. I have some new string and replacement O-ring. I think the string is about 75 centimeters, 2.5 feet. Well, no, is that, well, maybe 30 inches, roughly. I don't measure it, to be honest. I can sort of tell by look now. The O-ring, it's BS031. That's the type of O-ring you need. I can't remember. I think that might be the British name for it. Kohler also do the right O-ring. I'll try and add it to the description for you, and I may start offering some kits which would include the string, the O-ring, and Ferrules, just because they're the, it takes time to research, hunt them down, and you may not want to buy a large stock of them. So let's get to business. First order of the day is knotting the string, and I'll try and do this slowly. So we want to go like that and pinch, and then taking this and wrapping it counterclockwise around. In some ways it's harder doing it slowly. Let me start again. So pinch and then wrap around counterclockwise, and we're then going to bring the length through here and just tighten that up. Like so. And we do want to make sure this is as tight as we can get it. actually just going to bring that back up a bit, and then same again. So we're doing 2 knots. So wrap around counterclockwise, and pull the length through like that, and then just tighten this off. And okay, so that then threads through. There's a little hole here that threads through. And I'm just going to trim off my excess there. And that is secure. And the next thing we want to do is securing it this side, like so. And then this bit goes back in, and that just sort of holds that. No, I did this wrong. I always do it wrong. Let me just pry him out. There. Okay. So I actually want to thread that through there first. Okay, and then I just want to loosen this a little bit and get it pushed down, because the aim is that this plastic ring will sort of anchor. Ooh, come on. There. Okay. I don't always catch it, but it doesn't seem to matter too much. But our next bit is now wrapping. Just going to move that. We don't need that at the moment. So we're going 9 times counterclockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This does want to ping off, so I'm just trying to carefully hold it in place. And then we're going to reattach the spring. So I don't, well, hopefully you can see there's a little bit that sticks out there. And so we're going to come in perpendicular. So here's our spring, and here's the end with the hole in. And we come in perpendicular and place it over the bit that sticks out, pull it up, rotate, and the spring is now locked in place there. Okay. Then our next bit will be, we're going to place the O-ring into the groove. And then let me just get this right way around. So these two bits need to go into there. So I've got one in place, and usually just have to pull the spring down a little bit, and it's done by feel. So that's that. So now I'm going to, I just want to sort of hold that in place while I thread the arm. Not my arm, but this arm. So just goes, excuse me, up through there. And then just pull that and then there we go. And then the last bit for now is to put this back on, and again we're lining up. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I usually anchor the spring first. Let me take that out. I think that's it. Yeah, that's that. And next I want to get some duct tape, and that's here. And I'm just going to put it there, and fairly tightly, just wrap it around like that. So that is holding that in place, because the next bit we need to do will be hooking the O-ring over the regulator and getting this bit in. I'm just trying to think where my tweezers are. I know where they are. Okay. So I pick up this with the tweezers, and then I just usually pull wanting to get it onto the little plastic spoke there. So I'm just lifting that up carefully and popping that bit of plastic on, and then just letting it drop back. now is to get the O-ring, and again I just want to sort of lift this up enough to where I can see. Come on. I might actually have to reposition the tape just to allow me to, or maybe I can do it just about. Now he's being awkward. So what I'm going to do is just reposition the duct tape. Just bring it up a bit higher, like so. And that then should allow me enough leverage. Yeah, that's better. I just need to set it back in place before I, there we go. Yeah, as you can see, there's, I can get a decent gap there. And then I'm just looping. So move the light so you can see the O-ring is now over that large spoke, and it's not going to be there for long. So let's just get this back. There. There. Okay. I think it's maybe a little, sometimes it can be a little bit fiddlier, sometimes less, but it's a fiddly little process. I'm just going to do a little check to see that it's running. Yeah, you can see everything's running smoothly. Don't know if we're going to hear her talk, but let's see. So here. I'm just threading that through. May sound a little garbly at the moment, but that's often because things aren't securely in place. What's going on there? Okay. But it's working. You know, that's the main thing, just to make sure that it's working. May not work perfectly yet, but we're on the right track. Everything is now in place there, and it's time to glue. And I was just looking to see to show you something, and I can't see. I'm looking for my MEK Solvent. And I've popped it away somewhere because I'm not really using it. But I'll show you how I would use it. So I can't remember what MEK stands for. Methyl ethyl ketone, perhaps, but it's methyl something something. And again, MEK is a strong solvent, so best to do it in a well-ventilated room. I usually decant the MEK into a little container, and then you dipping your brush in, and then you sort of apply, dip, apply. And what the MEK does is it starts to melt the polystyrene plastic that's used in the torso. And then once it's well melted, you can just leave it sort of pressed together, and the plastic rebonds, and it's just a much stronger fix than using a glue, except for this. I find this is much easier and quicker. So what I'm just doing that. What this is so it's precision poly cement from Humbrol. I'm not sure what countries it's available in, but it's used for model airplanes, airfix kits. Anything made from polystyrene plastic, this glue is designed for, and it contains the same solvent. It contains MEK, but it's much more viscous. So MEK, the consistency is just like the rubbing alcohol there, whereas the MEK, sorry, not the MEK, the polycement comes out, it's thicker. So all I have to do, let me just is pop a little bit down just there. So don't need a whole lot, just a dot. I can feel that's pulled that out a little bit, but just popping back. And then the other area we want to apply the glue is again where it was fixed before. Is, I don't know how easy it is, but it's just there. And again, the poly cement it's quite odoriferous. So if you're sensitive, you may want to use it in a outside or by a window. I don't find it too strong, but it's just sort of, I can smell it, but it's not giving me a headache. So let's see if I can show you. Yeah, so it was just in here, and then just up there. And now we just have to leave it to cure. Usually wait at least 12 hours. 24 is best. And that feels like an eternity right now because I want to get her talking. But patience isn't always one of my strong points. One last thing I'm going to do is a little bit of silicone grease. So how the speaker works is this part here of the arm makes contact with this, and we just want a slightly the best contact we can get, but also a nice sort of gliding. So I'm just gonna squeeze out a little bit with this silicone grease. And just apply a little bit there, just like that. I'm just going to thread that back on, and then I can leave her to dry. But just to go back to this poly cement, I use it all the time now for fixing the arm and the leg knobs on the talkers, quick curls, any dolls from that era where the legs tend to break off. It's because it's polystyrene plastic reacting, and this stuff is just so much quicker and easier to use than MEK, which is what I used to use. And that's it. So I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully we'll get her talking. I'll be able to remove the duct tape and do another check to make sure everything's working properly before we reseal her. Yay! But boo, having to wait.